Welcome to this week's episode of Macgasm. I'm Brendan Schnell.
I'm Joshua Schnell.
This week's episode is brought to you by Mac Answers, Apple certified remote support for your Mac. Quick and efficient help without leaving your home or office. For a 15-minute free trial for new customers, go to www.macanswerslive.com/remote support. The first thing that I would like to kind of go over is a wonderful iPad case from Otterbox. First looking at the case when I first got it, it kind of reminded me of those old Motorola flip phones, the plastic and rubber ones. You know the ones that a lot of construction workers use two ways?
The
so
mics.
They can like drive over them basically with their trucks.
Yeah. They're really rugged.
This case reminds me of that.
Yeah.
It's got a nice backing to it that has a built-in stand. It's also hard plastic and it's got rubber all around it. So it's been dropped. It's been...
Really?
Yeah, it's been through the trenches.
Oh, it is a little bit dinged up.
And yeah, you can tell on the case that it's been a bit scratched up.
Sure.
But I mean, I've done pretty much anything you do every day. Like I haven't launched off a building, but I haven't like ran over it in a car or anything. So I haven't put it through like extensive.
Well, I don't think it would survive that, but.
Yeah, no, me neither. But it was a bit of a pain to put together. But a lot of people I notice are using Otterbox cases for their iPhones and stuff now. So their iPhones, they won't crack or break as easily.
When you said dropped, like dropped from holding it, dropped from sitting?
Dropped from holding it, standing.
So like standing?
Yeah.
So good.
So, and that's what the rubber does, right? It absorbs a bit of it, so it doesn't just crack, it absorbs and you can
the hard
keep
plastic survived too.
Yeah, so
I would have assumed it would have cracked.
Well, yeah, so what I do is you can put the kind of, I use it as a cover, and I believe that's what it's used for. So it covers your screen, right? So if you're throwing it in a bag or something, your screen doesn't get all scratched up, which is kind of nice. Like I was saying, it was a pain in the butt to kind of put together and get all these little grooves into the plastic and stuff, which is a bit of a pain. But I mean, other than that, if you're looking for a durable case for your iPad, I definitely recommend checking out Otterbox.
How much was the case?
$89. Yeah.
89, worth 89?
Oh, totally.
Well, to be frank, it's kind of stupid because if it's meant to protect your audio jack, I mean, they're not protecting anything else. Like this is open for the mic. Like it's right through. So they may as well just leave it open. Like if water's gonna get in, it's gonna get in through there anyway.
I don't think they're really trying to protect your iPad against water. I don't think they advertise that. So if
but what's the point of protecting the headphone jack when the mic jack's left wide open right beside it? Today we also have with us a new guest, Chelsea. Chelsea, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi everybody, Chelsea Edgell here. I'm a blogger, audiophile, tech geek. Very happy to be here.
Cool. Sonos was cool enough to does a giant package of S5. It's called the Sonos S5, and essentially if you want to hold that, I'll grab this. It is a speaker system that works in conjunction with your iPad and
your iPhone, I think.
And your iPhone and your desktop. So it comes with some desktop software. And essentially what it lets you do is connect all these things wirelessly and control your music. It'll grab the music from your iTunes library, and then you can, using an iPad or iPhone, kind of direct your music throughout the house or throughout the office. The really cool thing about the system is you can drop these things throughout your house at a later date. So if you want to buy a secondary player, say for the kitchen or I don't know, the bedroom or something, you can just get one, plug it into the wall, push the two buttons, theoretically, which we'll get into, and then off you go. It'll pick it up and you can control it. The iPad app's pretty cool. We didn't get a chance to play with it too much because we're having some problems just before recording, but you can set up different kind of scenarios. So like this device is in the library, this device is in the kitchen, and then you can determine where you're sending your audio to multiple devices or different setups, as opposed to all or nothing, which is kind of handy.
So as far as aesthetics go, or is it only available in the white? Like, what do you think of that?
No, I think there's a dark color. They sent us the white, and I believe there's like a blackish gray.
Fair enough.
Which is good because I think most people are going to go that route if they're integrating it with their already existing stereo system and stuff. They're really heavy and bulky. They're not going to slide around if you do have it with a stereo system or on a tabletop or something.
And it does have the like rubber grip on the bottom, which is good.
Yeah. So we had no problems. The downside was you do need to plug it into a router, so you're probably going to have to get it installed somewhere close to your current network setup, which for me wasn't too bad because I'm in an apartment, but if you have a big house and you want access to these things throughout your house, getting things plugged in are a pain. What I would like to see the most in the iPad app that I played with specifically was the ability to stream music that I have currently on my device. It didn't seem to do that, and I was playing around with it for a couple hours. I sent an email, but haven't heard back yet. So you might be able to, but I don't know for sure. And that kind of drives me a little bit nuts, because if I'm sitting on the couch and I'm wanting to get something on my iPad, that content has to be on a computer somewhere. So your computer's acting as a media server. The other thing that kind of threw me for a loop would be, it would have been nice had this been an actual dock as well.
We want to talk about the chill. I guess it's something for if you're maybe going to the want something that's a little portable. We tested the audio. The audio on these things weren't great, but I mean, for the size, I guess if you just throw it in your bag and you take it apart. So what you do is there's these two little speakers, and magnets hold them together. You can take them apart, and then there's the little audio plug for your iPhone. And then the other one has a little USB cable that you plug into the other one. So it's fairly simple, and it's something if you want music quickly, I guess. Or maybe even if you're in high school and you put these in your speakers, in your locker. I don't know. We're trying to figure out ways and reasons why you'd use it, but we think it's more for portability and something that's not going to take up a lot of space. Next up, Chelsea's got a wonderful product.
Yes, this is an amplifier technology. Now, you may have seen one of these things before. It's basically designed to acoustically amplify the sound of your iPhone. So when you're having, a vocal conference call, video call, if you have a hard time waking up for your alarm clock, things like that. And that's, a fairly legit use for it. Alarm clocks, video calls, but that's pretty much where it ends. It's marketed also as, possible for listening to music, but considering the size of it, you could just get an iPod dock.
So all it does is
it's basically got a whole bunch of intestines in the back made of plastic that pipe the sound from your iPod speaker out. It does have a neat little stand, so it is really, I think, designed for doing video calls. Stands up on its own. So that's kind of handy, but I feel like that's as far as it would go.
So if you want an iPod stand that amplifies your sound a bit, I guess you'd get it. But like Chelsea says, you might as well just get a dock.
I would say so, unless you're extraordinarily concerned about being able to amplify sound in a place where you can't access power. Or
but
have
even
no batteries.
Or like you get the ones that have batteries in it, right? Like I've got a dock that lasts 12 hours. That's awesome. The little shitty speakers are better than that.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
Take it off this thing? Oh, that works.
It does make a difference.
Next up, we have something that's fairly useful. When I first got my iPad, it was the first thing that I wanted, and I couldn't wait till we got our hands on one, and we finally got our hands on one. It's the handstand, and what you do is you put your hand in the back, and you can iPad, and it spins. So if you're, I don't know, a doctor, or if you're always walking around with your iPad and using it a lot, and you can't have two hands, you need your other hand writing something or tapping on your screen, or for whatever instance, I find that it's fairly useful. The only thing I'd be concerned about is the spinning motion and the plastic on the back of the case rubbing against your iPad. So if you're worried about cosmetics for your iPad and it might get scratched, that would be the only thing I'd be concerned about. But it does give you access to your audio or whatever Apple decides to change the button to next, and your audio ports. Especially if you're like a doctor, right? You're going to see patients, and a lot of doctors are using them now, right? You just like this, and you can run and do whatever you want with it, and it's good to go. This isn't my iPad, this is Josh's, so if it gets launched, my bad. So that's all the little knickknacks and things we have for this week's episode. So for Macgasm, I'm Brendan Schnell.
I'm Chelsea.
Have a good one. You could use it for workouts. You throw some weights on that, and there you go. Your iPad turns into a little weight. I don't know, whatever. Pick it up here. Again, you can check them out here. Here.